gonna turn this down a bit. Okay, so you're just gonna be sitting on your mat, cross-legged in a comfortable position, whatever's comfortable for you. Now close your eyes and begin to start taking deep breaths in and out through your nose. Keep breathing. Start to shift your focus on your body. Relaxing your body as much as you can, starting with your feet and ankles. And then your knees. Making sure your spine is straight but relaxed. If you feel like your shoulders are moving up towards your ears, just slowly release them. And then move towards your face. Make sure you're not tensing your jaw or your eyes. Feel your whole body relax. Continuing to breathe as deeply as is comfortable. Now begin to shift your focus to your mind. Maybe there's a particular thought that keeps running through your mind today. Your mind's running a bit busy. Try to push that thought away gently. Try to focus on just your breathing. Shift your focus to how you're feeling today. If you're feeling stressed or tense, and on your next exhale, try to imagine that stress or tense leaving your body. Now, before we begin our class, try to create your intention for your class today. Or maybe even your intention for the rest of your day. All right, you can open your eyes. We're going to start moving now. So come to your hands and knees. Take a look down and make sure your wrists are directly under your shoulders. Your knees are your knees are hip width apart and directly under your hips. Now on your next inhale, Begin to lift your head and tailbone up towards the ceiling, focusing your gaze up and lowering your belly. So you're going to be like this. And then on your exhale, you're going to tuck your head under, bringing your chin closer to your chest. Tuck your tailbone under and arch the upper part of your back towards the ceiling. You're going to continue to keep doing this movement in tune with your own breath. So on your inhale, you're going to go up. Lifting your head and tailbone towards the ceiling, and then on your exhale, tucking your head, bringing your chin closer to your chest, and arching that top of your back. You can really feel this stretch in your spine and your upper back. Then on your next exhale, you're just going to come to a neutral spine, back on your hands and knees. On your inhale, start to bring your head to the right and your hips to the left. So you're just moving side to side. And then your exhale, you're going to bring your head to the left and your hips to the right. And just continue to do that. If you want, you can even move your hips in a circle, your spine in a circle. Just kind of move however you feel like you need to move today. Now, you can stop that movement. And on your next inhale, you're going to lift your right arm out to the side and up towards the ceiling, over your head. And then on your exhale, you're going to sweep your arm down through your left hand and knee. So right in between your left hand and knee. And then you're going to come to rest on either your forearm or all the way onto your shoulder if you want, if it feels comfortable. If not, you can just stay up on your forearm. You're just going to breathe here for a minute. There's a couple different things you can do with your left arm. You can either keep it where it is right now, or you can bring it towards the front of your mat, or even out to the side to join your right arm if you want. If you want a deeper stretch, you can take that left arm and wrap it around your back as well. Good. All right, when you're ready on your next inhale, let that left arm come back to the ground. Slowly push yourself up out of the posture and come back to your hands and knees. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So on your inhale, lift your left arm up to the ceiling. And then on your exhale, sweep your arm down through your right hand and knee, coming to rest again, either on your forearm or all the way onto your shoulder. Again, you can do whatever you want to that left arm. You can either wrap it around your back again, or just keep it where it is. Move it out to the side or to the front. But your right arm, you still want that one to be straightened right out to the side. then when you're ready, you can unwind that left arm, put your palm back on the ground, and come back up to your hands and knees. All right, just readjust. Make sure your wrists are right under your shoulders, your knees are right under your hips. And then when you're ready, you're gonna begin to extend your right leg towards the back of the room, straight out towards the back of the room, right out of your hip. And then you're gonna take your left arm and bring that towards the front of the room. Level your hips here and begin to lengthen out through your extended arm and leg. Now on your next inhale, you're gonna bend the knee and elbow and bring your knee and elbow in towards your chest to meet each other. Yep. And then on your exhale, extend back out. You can do that again. On your inhale, bring your knee and elbow in to meet each other. And then on your exhale, straight back out. Now begin to bend that extended leg, the knee on your extended leg. Reach it up towards the ceiling. And if you feel comfortable enough in your balance, you can bring your left arm around, grab the ankle of your foot that's up in the air, and pull it up towards the ceiling. Pressing back. Good. All right, you can let that move and come back. Come back to your hands and knees. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So begin to extend your left leg towards the back of the room and your right arm forward. Level your hips here. Lengthen out through your extended arm and leg, and on your next inhale, pull your knee and elbow in towards your chest to meet each other. And then exhale, extend it back out. Inhale, bring them back into your chest. And exhale, extend them back out. Again, if you want to test your balance a little bit more, you can bend that extended leg, bring your arm back, grab that ankle, and lift it up towards the sky. Pressing back, pressing your foot back into your hand. Good. All right, you can come back to your hands and knees. Now we're going to take our right foot and step it right in between your hands. Let your right knee be above your ankle. So you want it to be above your ankle or a little bit behind your ankle, but not over your ankle. So if you need to inch your toes forward a little bit, you can do that. Now you're going to begin to lift your left knee up off the floor to come into a lunge. And then bring your right hands, or bring both your hands to come rest on that right leg, right thigh. Press your left heel towards the back of the room. And then on your next inhale, sweep your arms out to the side and up over your head. Begin to slowly rotate your body towards the right side of the room. And then come down to rest the top of your elbow. Come down to rest your left elbow onto your right thigh with your hands still held in prayer pose. If it's a little bit harder, you can plant that back knee on the ground and just do your lunge like this. It makes it a little bit easier. So once you're there, you can bring the back of your thumbs in towards your shoulder, lift your right elbow up towards the ceiling, and if you press your palms together, Yeah, like that. Yep. If you press your palms together, it kind of helps you to maintain your balance a little bit more. And your gaze is then going to be towards that side of the room. If you want an even deeper stretch, you can choose to extend your arms here instead of keeping them folded. You can extend them like this, or just stay where you are. All right, you can come out of that. Bring your hands back down to the ground, back to your hands and knees. You can bring that right foot back to meet your other leg. We're going to do the same thing again on the other side. So you're going to step your left foot forward between your hands. Make sure your knee's above the ankle or a little bit behind it. Start to the left, lift your right leg up off the floor or stay where you are if you'd rather just stay there in your lunge. If you do come up, bring your hands up to your left thigh. Inhale, sweeping your arms up and over your head, and then down to your chest in prayer pose. Begin to rotate your body to the left side and begin to bring your right elbow down to your left thigh, facing the left side of the room. Press your palms together to help you maintain your balance and do a lift of your chest. Make sure that right elbow is up towards the sky. And then if you want to extend your arms, you can. All right, you can come out of that and come back down to your hands and knees. On your next exhale, you're going to start to curl your toes under and lift your knees up off the floor. We're moving into downward dog. So curl your toes under, lift your knees up off the floor, press your hips back and up towards the ceiling. Make sure your hands are shoulder width apart, your feet are hip width apart. Spread your fingers, letting all of your weight be equally distributed between your fingers and not just resting on the heels of your hand. So you want your palms, down like that. Try to equalize the downward weight of your body through all your fingers. And then move your shoulder blades up towards your hips, so you're pressing the ground away from you. Continue to lengthen up through your spine, lifting your hips as you press your chest back towards your thighs. Your head should be in between your arms and your gaze somewhere in between your legs. If you want to, you can pedal your heels a little bit, just alternating between lightly bringing your heels away from the floor. We're going to take a couple breaths here. And then when you're ready, begin to walk your feet towards your hands. We're moving into a forward fold. So you're just going to walk your feet all the way up to your hands. You can either straighten your legs completely or have your knees a little bit bent. And you don't have to touch your toes. You can touch anywhere on your legs. You can just hang there. Whatever's most comfortable. If you want to grab the block and put that in front of you. If you want to here, you can rock back and forth with your arms and your head. And then when you're ready, you're going to bend your knees a little bit. Inhale, coming all the way up with your arms. And then exhale, your hands to prayer pose. Now, start to begin to bring all of your weight onto your right leg. Slowly begin to lift that left leg off the floor and put it somewhere on the inside of your right leg. It can be either down here at your calf or up here on your upper thigh. You just don't want it directly on your knee joint here. You're going to bend your left knee so that it's out to the left side and not leaning forward in. You want it out to the side as much as you can, but don't strain yourself. Press down into your right foot, feeling yourself grounded and centered like a tree, lengthening up through your right leg. Engage your abdominal muscles a little bit here to help you maintain your balance. You can also stare at a point that's not moving on the wall too to help you maintain your balance. You can do a couple of different things with your hands here. You can keep them here at your chest in prayer pose, or if you want, you can bring them up here, shoulder width apart in prayer pose. Or you can keep your arms up, your hands apart with your palms facing each other. All right. On your next exhale, you can bring that foot back down to the ground, your hands down. We're going to do it on the other side. So start to bring all your weight onto your left foot. And then bring your bottom of your left foot, the bottom of your right foot anywhere along your left leg. Just remember not to put it on your knee joint. So down here is good, up here, whatever feels best. Make sure your right bent knee is out towards the right side of the room and not leaning inward. Press down into your left foot, feeling yourself grounded. Again, if you want to squeeze your abdominal muscles just a little bit to help you maintain your balance, you can. And then you can do whatever you want with your arms. If you want to keep them back up here or keep them in prayer. And then on your next exhale, you can bring that foot back down to the ground, bring your hands back down. Now we're moving into eagle pose. So bring all of your weight back into your right leg again. And then lift your left leg up off the floor and begin to cross it over your right leg. Slowly bend that right knee and cross your left foot so that it wraps around your right calf. You want it in the front. So you want to cross it over, try to cross it above the knee if you can. Then bend your right knee, and then wrap that foot around your left calf. Yep. If you sink a bit lower, you'll be able to wrap that foot around. Again, if you need to look at a point that's not moving, it helps a little bit. Now we're going to bring the arms into it as well. So you're going to extend your arms out to either side of you, and then cross your right arm over your left arm above the elbow, if you can get there. And then you're going to begin to bend both of your elbows and wrap your hands around until they meet in prayer with your palms against each other. If you can't get here, you can always do like this. Or if you don't want to do the arm part at all, you don't have to. And then you just want to lift your elbows up until your forearms are parallel with the floor. So if you're like this, a lot of times you have a tendency to do this. You just want to do a little lift of that elbow so that your forearms here are just parallel with the ground. All right, and then when you're ready, you can unwind. We're going to do it again on the other side. All right. So start to bring all your weight onto your left foot. And then you're going to lift your right leg up. Cross it over your left leg, above the knee if possible. Bend your left knee and wrap that right foot around your left calf. Now we're going to bring in the arms. Extend your arms out to either side. And you're going to cross your left arm over your right arm, above the elbow if you can. Bend both elbows, continue to wrap around until your palms meet each other. And then lift your elbows so that your forearms are parallel with the ground. If at any time you need to unwind, you can. You don't have to stay here. All right, and then you can come out of that. Shake it out a little if you need to. All right. Come to the front of your mat. You can keep your right foot at the front of your mat, but you're going to step your left foot back about 2 to 3 feet. Now you want your heels lined up. Kind of imagine you're standing on a tightrope. The toes of your right foot should be facing the front of the room, and your left foot should be turned slightly at an angle so that your toes are kind of facing diagonally, but your heels are still lined up, diagonally the other way. Yep. Rotate your entire body so that your upper body is facing the left side of the room. And sweep both of your arms halfway up and out to the side. Begin to slowly bend that right knee into a lunge, making sure your knee is either, again, directly above your ankle or behind it slightly. So if you're over it, you can inch that toes forward a little bit if you need to, or step the left foot back a little more. So your left leg should be straight, and then your right leg, your knees slightly bent. And then take a look down at your knee and make sure you're not bending it inward like this. You want it to be following the direction of your second or third toe. Press down and back through your left leg and foot, trying to equally distribute your weight to avoid putting all of your weight on the bent knee. Your gaze should be forward, following the fingers of your right arm. This is called Warrior 2. So you're strong like a warrior. Remember to breathe and lift your chest a little bit. And if you feel like your shoulders are a little bit up towards your ears, do a little roll back, let them relax. All right, you're going to keep your arms where you are, but begin to straighten that right leg. So now both your legs are straight. Your feet are still staying in the same way that they are. Your right toe is facing the right of the room. Your left foot slightly turned at an angle. Now you're going to begin to extend your right arm forward, reaching towards the front of the room, and then pivot down at your hips and let your right hand find your leg, the floor, or if you want to use your block, you can. So you would basically place the block like right here, and then you can touch there if you want to. You're going to sweep your left arm up towards the ceiling, coming straight out of your shoulders, so you're making a straight line with your arms. And again, you want to keep your weight even by pressing down and back through your left leg and foot. This is triangle pose. On the other side, yep. And then your gaze is going to be up, looking up at that hand. If it's comfortable to be looking up at that left hand, or you can just look forward. Whatever feels better on your neck. On your next inhale, pull up with that left arm and come back up to standing. Okay. readjust your feet if you need to again, so you want to make sure your right toes are facing the front, your left foot slightly forward, but your heels are in line with each other like you're on a tightrope. Now extend your arms back halfway up and out to the side. Begin to bend that right knee again, so you're coming back into your lunge. Make sure your knee's not over that ankle. Press down and back through your left leg and foot, and then begin to bend your right elbow and bring it to rest on your right thigh. So you're just going to be resting here. You're not going to be slumping all your weight right there. Just rest it there comfortably. And then you're going to sweep your left arm up and around so that it's facing the front of the room at an angle right up near your ear. Yep. And then you can keep your gaze towards the side of the room like you are, or you can use your gaze to follow your fingertips and look up. Just make sure you're lifting your chest here, and if you feel your shoulders moving a little bit inward, if you do a little lift of the chest and bring that shoulder back, you'll be able to keep yourself straight. Next exhale, you can come back out of that. You're going to step forward with your left foot, bring it back up to your right. Now we're going to do all those three poses that we just did on the other side of your body. So, back to warrior two. Keep your left leg where it is, step your right foot back about 2 to 3 feet. You're on a tightrope here, so make sure your heels are in line. Your left toes are facing the front of the room. And your right foot is turned slightly at an angle. Rotate your body so that your entire upper body is facing the right side of the room. And then sweep both arms up, halfway up and out. You're going to start to bend that left knee, making sure the knee isn't coming over your ankle, but either right in line with it or a little bit behind it. So again, if you need to step back a little bit more, you can do so. Press down and back through your left foot. Make sure your knee's not leaning inward, but following the direction of your second to third toe. Try to equally distribute your weight as much as possible so that it's not all falling on that left knee. And your gaze again should be forward, following the fingers of your left arm. Remember to breathe, lift your chest a little bit, relax your shoulders down away from your ears. And then whenever you're ready, you can straighten your legs. Keep your arms where they are. Now begin to extend that left arm forward towards the front of the room, and then pivot at your hips, coming down. Let your left hand find your leg or the floor if you want to extend the stretch a little bit, or your block. Sweep your right arm up towards the ceiling, coming straight out of your shoulder. Pressing back and down through your right leg and foot. On your next inhale, lift up from triangle and come back to your standing position. Extend your arms back halfway up in front of you, and then begin to bend your left knee, coming back into your lunge. Press down and back through your right leg and foot, and begin to bend your left elbow to rest your left forearm onto your right thigh. Again, try not to rest all of your weight here, it's just a light rest. And then sweep your right arm up and around so that it's facing the front of the room and above your right ear. Palm facing down. You can either have your gaze following the fingers there or towards the side of the room. Bring a little bit of lift into your chest. Roll that shoulder back. And then on your next exhale, you can bring your left forearm off of your leg. Bring your right arm down. Take both hands down to your mat on either side of your left foot. And then step your left leg back and come back to your hands and knees. And then from here, you're going to find a comfortable way onto your stomach. Bring your arms out in front of you with your elbows bent. And one hand on top of the other, palms facing down. Like this. Yep, with your elbows out to the side. You're going to lower your forehead to let it rest on top of your top hand. Allow your legs to be a comfortable distance apart. And make sure there's a release in your shoulders. This is a resting position. So try to rest all of your body. We're just going to rest here for a few breaths. So remember to try to bring your breath slower now. Deep inhales and exhales. Alright, whenever you're ready, you're going to lift your head off of your hands and start to bring your hands palm down on either side of your body, right underneath your shoulders. Hold your elbows in towards the side of your body. Make sure they're not flying out, but they're in, tucked in. Begin to lengthen back through both of your legs. Rotate them so your feet are facing in towards each other a little. Inhale deeply, and on your next exhale, press your hips down into the floor. Press your head down as well, hands down as well. So you're lifting up off the floor. Your chest is going to be up off the floor. Your elbows tucked in a little. You still want a little bit of bend in your elbows. Yeah, like that. If you feel like your elbow or your shoulders are kind of hugging up towards your ears, you can lift your chest a little bit more and roll those shoulders back. Let them be down. And then on your next exhale, you can slowly come back down to the ground. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bring your arms down to the sides of your body. Flat on the ground. Again, lengthen back through both of your legs. Rotate them so your feet are facing a little bit in towards each other. Take a deep breath. And on your exhale, press your hips into the floor, lengthen back through your legs as you lift your legs up off the floor. You're also going to lift your head, shoulders, and chest up off the floor, so you're pretty much just on the floor on your stomach. Continue to lengthen back through your legs and lengthen forward through the top of your head. You're just going to hold it here. A little bit of challenge. And then on your next exhale, you can come back down to the floor. Whole body's on the floor. We're going to do the same exact thing, but this time, reach your arms towards the front of the room. Straight towards the front of the room. Lengthen back through both your legs, and on your exhale, press your hips into the floor. Lift your legs up off the floor. Lift your head, shoulders, and chest up off the floor. You're still just on your stomach, but this time your arms are reaching out like Superman. Continue to lengthen back through those legs and forward towards the top of your, forward through the top of your head. All right, and then on your next exhale, you can come all the way back down to ground. When you're ready, on your next exhale, you're going to push yourself up off the ground and come back to your hands and knees. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, you're going to start to push yourself up off the ground to come a little back, sorry. On your next exhale, you're going to begin to sit back, moving your chest down towards your thighs and your hips back towards your heels. So we're coming into child's pose. So you're just going to be pushing your hips back, coming to rest with your chest onto your thighs. You can extend your arms forward, or if your shoulders are feeling a bit sore or tight, you can actually just bring your arms down to your side and back. And if you want to too, you can widen your knees a bit. So you can do a wide-legged child's pose. So that your stomach is in between your legs. Yeah. If it feels better to do it wide-legged. I prefer wide-legged child's pose, but that's just me. This is a resting posture, so we're just going to stay here for a couple breaths. Now when you're ready, on your next inhale, you can come back up to your hands and knees. And then find a comfortable way to come back onto your back. So you're going to be laying on your back now. You can face, whatever way you want. It doesn't matter. Begin to bring your knees into your chest. You're going to take a hold of both of your big toes with your index and middle finger of each of your hands. Or you can just grab your ankles if you can't reach your toes. Allow the bottoms of your feet to be facing the ceiling and your knees to be outside of your body. So you're going to be opening up your hips. Yep. And then you're just going to begin to rock just from side to side. with your hips open. You can bring your feet apart if you want. A little, yep, just like that. So you're gonna be bringing your feet apart like this, and rocking like this. This pose is called Happy Baby. It's just like a hip opener to open up your hips a bit. Alright, you can let that rocking movement come to a stop. And you're going to bring your knees back in towards each other and hug your knees in towards your chest. Now we're going to be moving into a reclining twist. So you're going to keep your knees in towards your chest, but you're going to extend your arms out to either side of you, like a T. Now scoot your hips a little to the left and begin to lower your knees down to the right. So they're going to come resting to the right side of the floor, if you can. Yep. And you just want to make sure you're not forcing it. So if you need to straighten your legs a little bit, you can. You want to make sure both your shoulders are still on the ground. And then you're going to be moving your head to the opposite side. So you're going to move your head and look to the left. Feel this twist in your spine, the stretch in your spine. Can you bring your knees down a little? Or like, maybe like that. Can you sit on there? I don't know if that's right. Alright, and then on your next exhale, you're going to unwind from that twist. Your knees are back into your chest in the center. Keep your arms where you are. You're going to scoot your hips a little to the right and then begin to lower your knees back down to the left. Making sure both shoulders are on the ground, your arms are straight. And then your head is going to be looking towards the right.
At CVS Pharmacy at Target, we put a little extra heart into everything we do, like actively looking to save you money.
All right, and then on your next exhale, you can unwind. Come out of your twist. And then you'll let your legs come to the floor straight. So you're lying down flat on your back. Let your legs be a comfortable distance apart. And bring your arms down to your sides with your palms facing up towards the ceiling. We're moving into Savasana now. So you're just going to remember to keep your deep breathing. Be completely relaxed. I'm going to stay here for about 10 minutes. Take a minute to check back in with your body again. In the beginning of the class, if you had any tenseness or muscle pain, see if maybe that's gotten better or gone away a little bit. Check back in with your mind. Are you still feeling stressed, or is there still some thoughts running through your mind? If so, try to let those be quieter. Let yourself relax. Try to remember back towards the beginning of the class what your intention was today for your practice. If you feel you honored that intention. Remember to relax your entire body. A lot of times here we can hold a lot of tension in our face without even realizing it. So make sure your jaw is relaxed, your forehead is relaxed. You're just breathing in and out as deep as you can. when you're ready, you're gonna bring your knees into your chest and slowly roll to your right side. Still laying down, just laying on your right side. And you're gonna plant that left arm and slowly, slowly, slowly lift up till you're in a sitting position again. Yep. Just come back up to seated. All right. Thank you for practicing today. Namaste.
Namaste.